and put that in there for right now. So let me see if this camera is adjusted enough, because I bet I have some ColourPop down here. And I do. Alright. So let me pull out the ColourPop that is down in this drawer. Okay. So I have the Disney Princess palette from ColourPop. Then I have the Femme Rosa, the She palette from ColourPop. I love that one. And then I have this Ooh La La palette. This is a bunch of pinks. Ah, my shadow fell out. I've never had that happen before. That is a very soft shadow. So that shadow just fell out. Anyways, so this is the Ooh La La palette. So we'll put those with the rest of the ColourPop palettes where they belong. See, this is why I'm doing this, to get organized, because I'm not organized. I got things everywhere. Okay, I found another. This is the Nude Awakenings palette from, you know, Wet n Wild. Yes. Yes. We have a lot of stuff in here. Oh, Susan. You got a lot of stuff. Okay, let's start with the Urban Decay. So this is the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette. I just don't know that I'm ever going to use this. But I'll hang on. Just keep hanging on, Susan. This is the Gwen Stefani palette. It's another one I just don't use a lot of. This palette is the Looking Glass palette from Alice in Wonderland. I've used it like once or twice. It's on reserve for one of my special friends on YouTube. I had my Mega Pro palettes out to give away. These are my Lorac Mega Pros, and I decided to keep them. So you guys know what the Mega Pros look like. You don't need me to show you that. Alright, let's see what we got here. I have an Ofra palette. This was the Holiday Glow palette from last year. I really do enjoy this as well. I can't see it, so I don't use it. So we're going to put it where we can see it. Let's see. I have my Jaclyn Hill. This is the Jaclyn Hill Face palette. Then I have the Becca, the Chrissy palette. This is the first one from Chrissy Teigen. I haven't had a chance to use them. I need to use, this is Mixed Metal palette from Profusion. I'm gonna probably give this away because I have so much that looks like it. Alright, then I have this Chart Park Avenue face palette. Hang on to that. Some Milani palettes. Oh, Lord, I got crap everywhere. No wonder I can't find anything. Okay, first of all, let's go through our MAC palettes. So I have the Warm Neutral palette from MAC. That's what that looks like. I have the Say Chic, the Nordstrom Say Chic palette. This is all mattes. I never use these because I can't see them either. Let's see if I can get them to fit in here. We're gonna get rid of Urban Decay. Okay, then I have my MAC Singles palette that I put together. Stick that in here as well. Does it fit? Does it look? It's kind of breaking. We don't want to break anything, do we? Alright, so, oh, look at that. An ABH palette. Here's my Norvina palette. It's in the wrong place. We're not getting rid of that. It belongs up here with all my other ABHs. That means this is going to come out. You may be by yourself right here. I got problems. Okay, let's talk about my Violet Voss palettes. Alright, so I have the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. That's what that one looks like. I love my Violet Voss shadows. I have my Violet Voss. This is like a Boss palette. Keep that out. I'm gonna use that. I have the Flamingo palette, which I love as well. So those are my Violet Voss palettes. And then I have 4 Natasha Denona palettes. I have the Greens palette. I have the Star palette. I have the Tropic palette. And then I have the Lila palette. It's somewhere. It's not here. Let's get it. Put it away. And then I have, like I said, I have the Lila palette. And I have the Jaclyn Hill, the Vault from Morphe. I'm going to stick that up in this upper drawer as well. I have 2 palettes missing out of that. I just keep finding palettes everywhere I go. Palettes. Alright, I have another one of my ABH palettes, and this one is the Master by Mario palette. This is one of my favorites. That was a limited edition palette. Okay. Let's see what else I have. I have another MAC palette, the Naughty Girl palette. I do like this palette as well. I'll stick it here with my MACs. What else do we got here? I got a lot of shit. Oh Lord, Park Avenue Princess. We're gonna talk about you. We're gonna talk about you guys too. I'm trying to get everything out of the way. This is my Zoeva Caramel Melange palette. I do love this palette as well. I'm gonna actually leave that out so we can get some use out of it. I've got way, now see, Susan. I have my Vlada Smashbox palette. That is what that looks like. It's like all pinks. I love it. I'm in love with it. And I put something aside because I said I have a palette like this. Here's my Dior Backstage Warm Neutrals palette. I do enjoy that as well. I have too much shit. Oh, there we go, saying naughty words again. I could have sworn I had another Natasha Denona palette. Okay, this is the Alamar palette. We got it in a BoxyCharm, It is fabulous. It's just such a beautiful palette. Then I have the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. That's what that one looks like. I think I'm going to give that one away as well. Jeffree's not really impressing me lately. This is the Dominique Latte palette. It's a great little palette. This is a from, what's her name? I forgot her name. Dominique? You're like, it's Dominique, Susan? I don't think that's her name, but we'll go with it. Here's one of my Charlotte Tilbury's. This is the first one she came out with. This is the Instant Eye. We're gonna have to try this out. It may go on the chopping block. Okay. This is my 27 palette from Melt Cosmetics. It's another one I adore. And then I have my Queen of Hearts palette. This I adore as well. This is from Colored Rain. I have another Colored Rain palette we'll get out and put away while we're doing this. Oh, me. Put another Melt away. Yeah. So I'm just finding stuff everywhere. Alright, so this is my Colored Rain Cheers to Beauty palette. This is the bright colored palette. It's huge. Another huge palette. Let's see. Then I have some Tarte palettes. This is the Maneater palette. I'm going to actually pull that out and use that one. This is the Tarteist To Go. It's just a little mini palette, good for travel. There's a contour and highlight palette. It's good for travel. And there's a brush contour highlight palette. These are all Tarte palettes. They are super, super, super for going somewhere and not wanting to take a lot. This is the Tarteist In Bloom palette. I'm in love with that one as well. I'll put my Toasted palette there. My other Tarte palette there. We have a lot of stuff. We just have a lot of stuff. So I had previously decluttered a lot of my Marc Jacobs palettes. I've kept two. I've kept this one right here. It is the Scarlet, I believe. No, the Vamp palette. And I have one more, which may be the Scarlet. Nope. The Parisian palette. Right there. These may end up going on the chopping block soon. If I haven't touched them by my next declutter. That's it. They're gone. Alright. Alright, so I have a couple of Viseart palettes. The Golden Hour. This was the same as one of my Milani's. That's what I was thinking about. So I had a Milani palette that looked like that. And then I have the Trist palette. I think this one is all matte. Nope. No. Wrong again. Wrong. I feel like I should have one of those big buzzers. Wrong. Okay. My other Melt Cosmetics palette is the Gemini palette. This palette right here is fabulous. Like I said, I'm on the hunt for the Smoke palette. If I don't have it, I might lose it. Then I have the Kristen Leanne palette from Urban Decay. This is a really good one too. It's got all mattes in it. And then I have the Backstage palette where one side of it is blushes and the other side is shadows. I love both of those, but they belong with my Urban Decay stuff, which I think, for the most part, is up here. Okay. The next palette I have is Phoenix Rising by Pretty Vulgar. I really do love this palette as well. It's beautiful. Then I have my Inglot Shadows palette. And then I still have my Box of Crowns palette. This is amazing. It's very pigmented. It's great for bright colors. That kind of leaves me with only 2 bright color palettes, which is fine. That's all I need. Need any more than that. All right. I have a couple things left to go through. I have another MAC. This is from the Paradise collection, I think. This is Fruit a la la. I really do like that one too. We'll put that right here with our MACs. Then I have a NARS. This is Wanted, the NARS Wanted palette. I think it's the only NARS I have left. Really decluttered my NARS. Then I have the the Gilded Desires palette from Milani. Love this. And then the Pure Passion palette from Milani. I love this as well. It was a Milani palette that I thought it was a good dupe for. And then I have my Storybook Cosmetics. This is the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory palette. I really like the whole concept of their thing. Their marketing. That was just my golden ticket that fell out. So, great little palette. I keep it in its bag. And I think we have talked about everything. What? No, we can't have. We couldn't have. Let's back up for a second. I can get this back in here. Back in your sleeve. Okay. Put that back. One thing I did not talk about, Dose of Colors. I'll put this up in the top drawer, but this is my Hidden Treasures palette from Dose of Colors. Love this as well. I finally feel like I'm getting down to just having things that I really enjoy using and, you know, have room for. If I have room to put more stuff in my collection, then we're doing good. This is really... This Smashbox from Vlada. Then I have my Pure Soiree Diaries palette. I love this as well. It's been out. Being used the past couple of months. I need to really switch out my palettes. I'll put all my Violet Bosses in here. And then I have one more Lorac. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean palette. I really don't use this a lot, but this has got just, it's like a sentimental thing for me, the Pirates of the Caribbean. I like it. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean. So, that's why I have that palette. And that's it for right now, for my palette collection. That was a really long video. I didn't get rid of near as much as I should. So that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 on the chopping block. And I think I gave away about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I gave away 16 palettes. So, yeah, I didn't count up how many I had versus what I gave away, but that is not that big of a deal, right? I know. Oh, look at her hair. Oh, my, that hair's a mess. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching my little palette declutter. Wait till you see the bronzers, blushes, and highlights. That's going to be horrible. But I'll see you guys next time. I love you guys so, so much. Mwah.